scenario. Yes, Uday, back to you.
All right. In fact, more breaking updates now that we're tracking this hour. Protests in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir continue unabated after the deaths of protesters and firing by Pakistani security forces. Angry protests have escalated into deadly violence. Thousands of people have continued to protest in the streets throughout the night. Ajay Jandial joins us for more on this story. Ajay, clashes in PoK now taking an ugly turn. Ajay, can you hear me? Okay, we seem to have lost his connection there, but these, of course, are the big updates coming in. Protests in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are continuing. You can see their visuals on your screen of these protests after deaths of protesters and firing by Pakistani security forces. Angry protests have escalated into violence. But in fact, more breaking news now coming in. Days after 3 people were killed in clashes with security forces in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the chairman of the United Kashmir People's National Party, Shaukat Ali Kashmiri, has said the movement has been going on for the past 2 years and that it is for the basic rights of people. He also slammed the puppet government of PoK for failing to fulfill legitimate demands of locals. Furthermore, Kashmiri has threatened to intensify the agitation.
बुनियादी तौर पर जॉइंट अवामी एक्शन कमेटी के ज़ेरे तमाम गुज़श्ता 2 साल से एक तहरीक चल रही है और वो तहरीक है बुनियादी हुकूक़ की। चूँकि गुज़श्ता 77 ईयर्स से लोग तमाम तरह के हुकूक़ से महरूम थे। मुख्तलिफ़ पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ अपने अपने प्लेटफॉर्म से तो मुतालबे करती रही हैं, लेकिन बिलाखिर ये सारी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ ने, आम लोगों ने एक कमेटी बनाई जिसे जॉइंट अवामी एक्शन कमेटी कहते हैं। गुज़श्ता 2 साल से आप कह सकते हैं कि वो एक ये तहरीक चला रहे हैं कि लोगों के जो बिजली और बेरोज़गारी और अशराफिया की जो अयाशियाँ हैं और फिर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल जो कंस्ट्रेंट्स हैं, इन सब के ख़ात्मे का मुतालबा कर रहे हैं। और कई दफ़ा आज़ाद कश्मीर की कठपुतली हुकूमत ने उन मुतालबों को न सिर्फ जायज़ और दुरुस्त माना, बल्कि ये वादा भी किया कि हम इस पे फौरी तौर पर अमल दरामद भी करेंगे।
Ajay Jandial is with us live on this story. Ajay, the chief of the UK PNP speaking with the media on these protests in PoK.
Yes, you know, what has happened in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, that people are continuously raising their voices for last many years. But they're not, they're not heard by any government or any other agencies. What has happened that Prime Minister of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and, as well as this Shawaz Sharif, they haven't heard them. Whenever they raise their voice, they have been, kidnapped, they have been jailed, they have been brutally murdered. That is exactly happening, and that's why nowadays they're raising their voice. And for last several days, they are completely on the road and say that no one is hearing us. And instead of hearing our voices and fulfilling our demands, what they are doing is they have been killed. We have seen that sources are saying that about 10 people have died in forces firing in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in last 24 hours. That shows that how brutally they are conceding these, they are tackling this protest, which is a peaceful protest, and which is only those who they are demanding only the, inflation rate which is going up, basic facilities like water, electricity, and other things. They are not being provided by the authorities over there, and so this is a kind of a situation people are facing in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir.
And after the firing, of course, these protests have only increased. And in fact, also violence has been reported from certain parts of PoK. Ajay.
Yes, what else they can do? They can only protest. When the firing was opened by the security forces and 10 people have died and about 30 people are injured, protesters, they are now, they are more dangerous for the government, and they are clearly saying that we are not going to tolerate such things, because if we are demanding something, we are raising our basic demand, and we are not. These are not considered. That is something which is not acceptable, and that's why more protests have been lodged and thousands of people on the road, and the whole night they were protesting on the road. Even some of the security forces, Pakistani forces, they have been captured alive by protesters when they opened fire on the civilians over there.
Ajay, thank you for joining us with those details. Now, the situation has turned tense at the Lucknow